This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Audible. Coming up, we check out the prequel to the classic John Carpenter horror film, The Thing.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
Hey everybody, so we're back in movies. We just walked out of a press screening of The Thing, the prequel that's been coming out. Dan has changed into his Jermaine from Slash Film outfit, which is good. No, Dan couldn't make it, but our buddy Jermaine came in and is going to talk to us a little bit about your opinions on it. So
Awesome.
The Thing, prequel, a lot of this is happening, this sort of 80s prequel remakes kind of a things. This is a first-time director, whose name I will not attempt to pronounce.
It is
You can put it on the bottom here
difficult.
with a lot of superfluous letters, in my opinion.
J's, weird J's in weird
K's,
places.
L's and stuff. It stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Joe Egerton, as well as Mr. Echo, as you put it.
Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
Something.
Also at the bottom. So
It's basically the 1982 The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, started with some stuff happened in another location.
this is the Norwegian
This is the
expedition.
other
'Cause They talked
location.
about the Norwegian expedition.
Yeah.
This is now the Norwegian expedition. Jermaine, what were your thoughts?
I wish I had seen the original earlier.
Yeah.
I've seen it a long time ago. I hadn't really rewatched it. And because of that, I think I was really lost the entire movie. I thought some of the effects were kind of really cool, but I just didn't understand the whole conceit of it. I know that the thing, its whole thing is, I'm gonna keep saying thing, it's
That's
gonna be
okay,
weird.
that's what it's all
The
about.
thing about The Thing.
The thing about the thing is that its thing is it replicates people. So like when you said like I'm Dan, it could have been like, you know,
Yes.
I'm the thing, you know, like that's sort of the whole thing in the movie, but it sort of vaguely touches upon that. And then just like people start popping up as the thing. You're like, are you the thing? Are you the thing? And it just took me out of the movie, especially because they never develop any of those characters enough for you to care. And I was just like disappointed. I thought
The first movie is much more a psychological taut thriller based on who could possibly be. Whereas here, it's a little bit more like you see the thing, like Frame 2. There's a guy, you know, crazy thing chasing people, or a thing.
the thing.
So you're so a little disappointed.
Yeah, actually mostly disappointed.
Mostly disappointed.
Mostly disappointed, yeah.
Interesting, Jeffrey. Mostly disappointed.
Well, The Thing, 1982's The Thing, is one of my favorite movies. I think it's almost
And one of your
perfect.
favorite things.
It's one of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things.
Yes.
It's
The Thing.
It's. I think it's nearly perfect in what it does, and I came into this movie feeling like we don't need this.
Yeah.
We don't need this.
Yeah.
However, I will say, as far as necessitating a prequel goes, it gets pretty perfect in that we have stuff referenced in the first movie.
Yeah.
As if there was already a movie about that, and
Yeah.
how we finally get that movie. So it's cool, the jumping off point from which we go in here. And I gotta say, I really liked it.
Okay.
I really liked it. I love The Thing, and I expected to hate it, but it manages to do the thing that I wish, for example,
Thing.
for example, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake would have done, which is be true to the source material, give us more information that we didn't have, and explore it in an interesting new way and do things that you couldn't have done then.
Yeah.
I think the movie does a really cool job of, like the first film, and the reason, let me step back for a second.
Okay.
One of the big
What's the
reasons.
thing?
Here's the thing about it. Here's the thing.
It's never getting old for me.
One of the reasons that first movie works so well and still holds up today is because there's so many practical effects.
Yes.
And they are so well
Yes.
done, and it relies on that, and it's subtle, and it awesome. And this movie, the beginning of it, sticks with that, and I give it a lot of credit because that really still works.
There's a good blend of practical and CG here, I think.
Yes.
I think it sort of
Well,
uses it to good effect.
As we go forward in the movie, it relies more on CG.
Yeah.
And as we go more into the CG world, I think it gets less effective.
Yeah.
We certainly see some stuff we could never have seen before, and oh boy.
Yeah,
there's
face
some
kissing. There's a lot of face kissing.
disturbing face
Yeah.
kissing.
Yeah, that's great, yeah.
But I had a great time watching it. There was enough intense stuff, and it's like that board game that we reviewed recently, The Resistance.
Yeah.
where it's like everybody's like, what? Are you? Who?
They did some really interesting things. Things.
Yeah.
In regards to how you find out, like they were doing the tests and stuff. There's a lot of stuff
Which
where
is cool.
it could have been additive,
Which they didn't
definitely.
have in the first
and
movie.
they didn't retread on a lot of the
Exactly.
same stuff. I both literally and figuratively stand right between you two.
Yeah.
Because I didn't love it, but I wasn't really all that disappointed. I kind of got what I thought I was gonna get.
Yeah.
Which is The Thing, more action and less taut suspense thriller, which is what I loved about The Thing, and way more use of CG, which I'm not gonna like. And that's exactly what I got.
But I thought the CG.
I
much
really
as
hated the CG.
The last sequence is really the only one that's like, oh, we didn't need to go there. But there's a lot of great like firework, and not fireworks.
Well, the fireworks were amazing. I don't know if you guys saw the
It
fireworks.
does take place on the 4th of July.
Yeah, in Antarctica.
Yeah.
But you know, like there's melding of CG elements with like fire.
I
thought it all
never
worked
even
really
saw.
well.
For me, the only practical stuff was the sort of thing on the gurney
On the slab,
thing.
which is
That's
the
the
thing
only
to me.
practical thing,
Yeah.
Right?
and that was a good thing. But all the time, as soon as we see The Thing doing its thing, it's so CG, and I don't buy any of it. That to me, I'm like, I don't want any of this. But I will say, possibly one of the best prequel, like future-made prequel tie-in to the original.
Yeah, the end credit
Ever.
sequence
But-
where it
but-
just fits perfectly.
It fits perfectly with the first movie, but it's during the end credits, and half people got up and started walking out. Like, why
Yeah.
did they edit like that? That sort of bugged me. It ends.
was cool.
What happens to our main charter? We don't want to spoil anything, but
it's
it's just
the same thing as
the thing. Yeah.
What happens?
I don't know. I just was like, I understand. I feel like Jeff, you're such a fan that you
Yeah.
have that sort of put you over the edge.
But I thought I was gonna backlash against it, and
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm a big fan of The Thing, and I think I had that moment where my expectations were met in the exact way that I thought from watching the trailer my expectations were going to be met. You know what I mean? Which is, it's an okay movie. There were long periods of time where I was kind of bored. They did things that I was like, why would you ever do those things? But they did have some very good character development in one character specifically, and that is Lars. I want to go hang out with Lars.
Oh yeah,
Lars is my
because we know
favorite
so much
character.
about him at the end of this movie.
That's
so
all I
much
needed,
at the
but
beginning.
that's the magic of Lars.
No. I don't know. I just was never scared. I was never
Yeah.
curious about who the thing was. I
Yeah.
was never really engaged with any of it. And I just wanted to see a bunch of killing. When I got that, I liked it.
Yeah.
But in the mythos of the thing, for me, maybe it's because I'm not as well versed as you two.
Yeah.
I was just sort of disappointed and let down.
Yeah.
Well, what's so
Interesting.
cool about the thing is that that's the only way to describe the creature because it's so
Yeah.
crazy.
They definitely
and it
went
really
that
went
far.
far on that.
Yeah.
Which is.
Yeah, you get a lot, but again, in the original movie, maybe I'm remembering this incorrectly, but you don't really get a good reveal until later in the film.
Yeah.
This
There's
one,
a
it's
lot
like
of great
it's
little
like
reveals.
It's like the
I know,
third scene,
thing.
you know?
There it is. It's coming for you.
Hey, here we go. And then we just keep getting different iterations of it, which are very cool, but like, I don't know, like a little too human.
will
Like
say-
they're not his thing. They're more
Yeah.
human thing.
And I will say, I'm actually really. It was cool how they dove into the sort of science of how the thing works.
Yeah.
With
Or
that first
or
sort of like.
attempted to.
Well, I know, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
enough that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool,
Okay.
seeing the sort of like person being made.
But then
you know what I mean?
it doesn't tell you like how there's one on a table. How did that replicate into three other people at the same
Yeah,
time?
there's a whole lot of.
And like that
size issues.
and me for just like being analytical, I was like, well, that takes me out of it. Well, how can he be it? Isn't there one there? Well, isn't that happen
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
And it was just like
You
all
wanted
over
it
the
to be
place.
called the things.
Yeah,
Things.
that would have helped. That would have helped.
Or at least have them labeled Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah, or at
Thank
least
you,
give me
man.
a little bit more explanation of the science of the creature,
Yeah.
where it makes it feel like there's just one, and obviously he can be more in one place
Yeah.
than once.
Yeah.
They never ever really specify that in this
No.
film, and like then obviously you buy into it by 20 minutes when they're like, oh, I think that version died. Oh, but there's another one. Oh, that version, you know.
Yeah, and you're like, well, all right, there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I just thought it really captured the spirit of the first film, and it proved to me that this formula really works. Being enclosed in that tight space with that thing.
Well, this is the third of the movies, so I mean, it's like
Right.
it's been
Yeah.
almost every 20 years they do another one because
Right.
it is such a great concept. So, well, check out The Thing if you want a little bit of a bump in the night, and it is in Antarctica. Kind of ran out.
punching it out.
Gonna punch it out. Bam! All right, everybody, stick around for all the bloopers and outtakes from this week's show. But first, we want to thank our sponsors, Jeff Cannata.
Audible.com is one of my favorite sponsors. They are the leading provider of sticking stories in your ear holes. What am I talking about? I'm talking about digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. Audible has the most anywhere, over 100,000 titles to choose from. It's my place to go when I want to digest books. And I think more people need to read, but who has time? Luckily, you can multitask. I like to exercise while listening to books. I like to go out and drive my car. That's how I drive.
Nice.
Cut to the outside. You're like,
Yeah, all you hear is,
This book is amazing. You.
and it's like driving for dummies.
yeah.
Actually, I probably have
Don't
driving for
swerve
dummies.
and hum at the same time.
They have books of every genre, so they probably have all the dummies books, I would guess. But I want to recommend a specific one to you because I just started listening to Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
Recommended by numerous individuals.
Including me.
Do you know who does the
Just
audiobook?
kidding. It
Me,
was
yeah.
Dan. I've never read it.
Do you know who does the audiobook, guys?
It's somebody. Is it?
It is somebody. No, close. Very as
Who'd you
close as
say?
you could get.
Who'd you say?
Hardwick. It's
It's
not
as
Hardwick.
close as you can get without saying Will Wheaton, who
I
actually
knew
does
it was,
do it.
I knew it was somebody.
Everybody watching this is going to love it. You can get your free audiobook download when you go to audiblepodcast.com/totallyrad. I urge you to do it.
Yeah.
It is something I wholeheartedly recommend. audiblepodcast.com/totallyrad, and you get a free audiobook.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
What's wrong with that? All right, people, have a great weekend. We will see you on the other side of it.
Hey, don't forget to send your backgrounds, fans at TotallyRadShow.com. Y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Short answer, yes. Long answer.
Feel it. Dan Trachtenberg.
And Netflix.
Ah.
With more than 23 million members.
That brought back memories.
That-
Literally, that's like.
Verklempt. Netflix is the world's largest subscription. Let's do it again.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Script.
Hey, oh, remember to wait. Yeah, I was gonna. It just didn't come out right. Hey. I literally forgot how to say. I literally forgot, and I just was like, just say something.
Small C.
And it came out. Here we go. Don't lose confidence in it now.
What did you just say? I didn't hear.
I said, don't lose confidence in it now.
Oh, I'm not, baby.
Website building tools with over 4,000 templates.
That's a lot of templates.
They'll even migrate your current site for free,
That's a
Dan.
lot of free.
For free.
Whoa.
Google's a weird word. To market your site.
Hey, don't forget to send your backgrounds, fans at TotallyRadShow.com.
Because you were like, oh no, his fist is already going. I'm doing it anyway. I'm in. Oh, amazing.
Rage.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh no, he's talking
Cat.
Gosling.
Yeah, maybe he's been waiting. Hey.
Oh, boom, boom. You guys.
Goonies.